Math. 69 leaves, a. Okay, so if you weren't here yesterday, I got obsessed with this game. You basically just try to pick up leaves. And I was told by some authorities on the game that I'm pretty close. I'm pretty close to being done with it. So I thought I'll do that. And then after I do that, we can play maybe a hog. I can crank my hog. And then I'll head out at like 8. Yaksha, hi! Like Times New Roman, serif fonts read well on paper. Sans serif don't have the little bits like Arial. They read best on a screen. Exactly. I've used it in place of Times New Roman at times without giving it any particular thought. I think it's just because it's like almost a natural, like it's an instinctive thing. I think that a lot of times when you're doing readability stuff, you can just instinctually be like, this looks better than this. And you may not even know the reason why. You just got it on the Kindle, let's go, RC! We're gonna do a little Discord call on January 17th in the afternoon, I believe before, movie day. Oh, actually, why am I using this? I can use my controller. You're a strong Comet Sans supporter. Is that because you hate everyone? Next Mango's gonna be like, I use Papyrus and Wingdings solely. And frankly, if you're not using Wingdings, you're woke. Not using Wingdings is part of the woke agenda. Dalf, how are you? Thanks for having Santa shake his ass in front of me. It looks like I'm like spraying money at him. Zap beanbags or get out. I should probably be using the leaf blower and other crap, but I like using my hands quite a bit. I love Papyrus. It's so hard to read. That's my favorite thing, but only if I'm reading a Sarah J. Maas novel. If Sarah J. Maas novels were written in Papyrus, I would be like, this is great. I get that out of my system in Windows 98, but I will fight tooth and nail for someone being able to use what they want. I just like want people to be able to read their shit. Like, I'm just so big on like, it's not that difficult to make it like small concessions to make things more readable for people. And it still looks stylistically good. Projectionist for Avatar and Papyrus was so funny. I forgot about that. I also forgot that there was an Avatar movie until Alba talked about going to see it in the Discord. I was like, what are you talking about? Alba was like, I'm about to go see Avatar Fire and Ice Blend Hatsune Miku Mecha Mix Plus. And I was like, what is this? There's a new Avatar. It's Avatar, I think Fire and Ice. I think that's just what it's called. It's very Game of Thrones. But I cannot for the life of me remember the full title. I'm going to be honest, I fell asleep during the first Avatar. Please don't hate me. I remember I was drunk. In fairness, I was at my friend's house and it was in college. And she was like, we should get some beer and then watch Avatar. It's amazing. And I was like, okay. And then I started and I fell asleep. I fell asleep during Avatar. I watched it years later. But, still haven't got it. Fire and Ash! Fire and Ice is the new Hibachi place. Oh, you're right, it's Fire and Ash. And can I tell you a secret? Also, Highland Song, hi. I thought that Alba was going to see Pokemon. I thought that there was a Pokemon, like, Avatar, Fire Bender, whatever the fuck, a crossover. Because I have not been doing well. So I was like, I didn't remember there was an Avatar movie, and I was like, wait, is like Avatar X Pokemon happening or some shit? Like, what the hell? And then I saw a trailer for it later, and I was like, oh, I think it's like 3 hours long? 3 or 4 hours? Which, like, my bladder can't do that. I'm happy for you all, but if you can, but I can't do that. I have a tiny puppy bladder. To choose my wine today, and he chose me an 18% rosé. Oh my god, you're gonna be laid out. What would you like at your funeral? Put on Avatar, because you're going to sleep. There are a few movies I've fallen asleep during, and the Avatar was one. I fell asleep during a Jason Bourne trilogy marathon, but I think that was also partly because of the whole trilogy aspect of it. There are a few others. Not Theo's Pokemon. I'll wait for streaming, thanks. I'll wait for streaming because I gotta be pissing. I'm streaming because I'm streaming. And, like, here's the thing. I get why filmmakers are upset. They're like, people are not going to the movie theaters. And you're right, they're not. Make the seats stickier. Why don't you? But, like, I like movie theaters. I want to go. I don't want movies to not be in theaters. But at the same time, I don't have a bladder that's sustainable for very long movies. So if it's like 3 hours or over, I gotta watch that at home. Like, I can't do that. I did say tiny puppy bladder. I have a very tiny nervous puppy bladder. This has already given you up for dead. I just know that I'm a lightweight now. I used to be able to drink way more, but I don't drink at all now. And so every time I do drink, why are there no leaves on the top of that? It's rough. So I can only imagine what an 18% rosé would do for me. Funny how that works. Chamomile lady, hi! We might crank our hog in a little bit. We perhaps might crank our hog. Fell asleep in the theater to the second Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider movie? Okay, fair. That is true. If it was cheaper, I think people would go. I also dislike people. So I can't be around, like... I usually like going to matinees where, like, nobody's around. Oh, yeah. White Claw does make me, way better at everything now, by the way. I am. Thank you. They used to have intermissions for long movies, and I'm just like, maybe it is that nobody can be trusted to walk freely around, but I'm just like, I really wish. Look at all these things that I've done. I really wish we would just be allowed to have intermissions again. I think that life would just be better in general. Can't name any interesting movie that came out in so damn long. I've seen a few interesting movies. I mean, I liked Wicked. I liked Thunderbolts a lot. I also liked Dune. There's a couple others. I feel like I'm forgetting movies that have come out this year or last year. Bex, I understand why people liked Fantastic Four. It wasn't for me, but I genuinely yeah. My dad ended up liking Fantastic Four, so I was very happy about that. He thought it was fun. I couldn't stand it. But I did love Thunderbolts quite a bit. I'm trying to think if there's other films that I've seen. I haven't seen many movies in the theater lately. Because expenses and I just don't have the time to go when I need to go. I hate these leaves under this bench. They're the absolute worst. Are either remakes or meh about them? I mean, there are a lot of remakes and a lot of, like, just concepts that have already been done. Wake Up Dead Man. Oh my god, yes! Wake Up Dead Man was so good. Oh, the Long Walk. The Long Walk was also really good. I saw that recently and that came out this year. But yeah, Wake Up Dead Man, I was actually my favorite of the Knives Out. And what's it? Oh my god, not Uncharted. Uncharted's pretty bad. I will say, I like the first Tomb Raider movie. I think that Angelina Jolie is a great Lara Croft. I will say the second Tomb Raider movie, not as great. I do occasionally read. I've been actually, like, enjoying this year going on, like, Mondays in the afternoon when nobody else is there. But I have to find time to get off of work to do it. Or go on a lunch, which is, like, a whole thing. Because I don't like being around crowds. Or people. I don't like breathing the same air as most people. So... that's a problem. That's a real problem. Not Alicia Vikander. I'm not a big fan of the Alicia Vikander Tomb Raider movie. Was that one of the few that you actually went to in Discord movie night, Red? Or am I wrong? You liked Uncharted? I just think I liked the games and it didn't feel like the games to me. I felt like the casting was super weird. It felt like stunt casting to me. There's no IRL friends to go with. That's so real. I've only gone like a couple times to a theater by myself. Okay. All right. Done. Done and dusted. And landed on it, so I didn't know, and it was too late. That's awful. And I'm so sorry. The only way we can get Red to actively participate in movie days is to have hot women. Oh my god, Red, what if we showed Chrissy? That Sydney Sweeney movie. What if we all watched that together? Would you attend? I found it funny. That's so fair. I feel like the casting in a lot of video game to movie things is odd. And a lot of, like, adaptations of video games are not great. I will say Fallout's really good. I watched the first episode of the new season, and I'm digging it. It's great. Thunderbirdie, hi, how are you? Look, we all have our tastes. It is always a special treat to see Red at movie nights. But Red doesn't get accused of gooning. I mean, they're not doing it on their stream, like you were, so... like, so that's why. Did you like it, Red? It really nails the vibes. I think it does, like... as soon as Marty Robbins came out, I was just jizzing my pants. You did? Did your watch party like it, None? I'm glad the watch party went good. Or I saw matinees by myself every week and rented videos from Blockbuster, but I just can't see myself doing that now. That's so fair. I feel like I used to do, like, shit differently. Now it's kind of like I have my ways, and I just have gotten so used to them the last 5 years, it's hard to break those habits. Okay, I think I'm gonna just walk back this way. It was fun watching them. That's the thing, my dad doesn't really like the games much, and he enjoyed the TV show. You're watching season 2? Happy about that? I'm banning all of you. Good luck and Godspeed. Rod, thank you for the 100.
Is Biakuas. The voices were pretty good.
Ho ho ho, Merry Christmas.
I need a bigger bag. I need a giant sack. Much like Santa. You know, there is a slightly, like, romance plot-driven game that's a visual novel that I want to play for YouTube called Santa's Big Sack. And I just have not gotten around to doing it. Honestly, the fact that I have to work is a crime. Bugs, thanks for the giant emote.
The only reason
Bex, thanks for the 100.
Is Biakuas. The voices were pretty good.
Giant sacks for all courtesy of Santa.
Now you trying to get shards banned. First of all, how dare. But also, I think that's a great way to, like, you know, give you a little fun mini game. Try to get each other banned. How exciting. This is kind of a shit maze. I gotta be real. Like, I feel like I could probably beat this maze. It's just a straight line. That's not really a maze. That is just exactly what it is. This is just a hedge. This is just a hedge outside your house. I mean, yes, it is a labyrinth, but also it's literally just a hedge. You're gonna watch The Housemaid when it comes to streaming, right? Is Sydney Sweeney in that? I haven't actually read the book. I was going to because it was on the Kindle Unlimited, and then I didn't get around to it. Yeah, community engagement. Try to get another person banned. Hi, Young! Honestly, I do feel like I would be on the naughty list. Not Red sent me unsolicited feet pics. That's a sub perk. Did you not read? That's literally what tier 1s get. Not to be the Jeff to chat survivors. Yeah, I'm playing these little Saw games. Ain't no way! You said that like you don't have feet, Red. And since we haven't met in person, I have no idea. You're like, there's no way! I don't even have feet. I did watch the Survivor season finale to 49 last night. Pretty mid, not gonna lie. But, got it done and dusted. Caught up on Fallout. Still making my way through Fringe. I don't know what I'm gonna watch tonight. I thought about it and I was like, I kind of want to watch a movie. I've been trying to like watch a movie occasionally. I was gonna put on a movie while I worked today, but work was absolutely living in my butthole. So there was just no way I could focus. But there's a fair amount of movies that I want to catch up on. I'm thinking about maybe watching Pluribus because the new episode's out, and I do want to watch that. What are you all watching? Are you all watching any shows? Is there anything I should catch up on? I feel like I'm so sad that, like, Great British Bake Off's gone. I just want it back. I'm not as into the holiday ones. How did we not mention Arcane? I haven't seen Arcane. But I've heard it's amazing. I think there are far more bad adaptations than good for video games. Which is such a shame. Not the triple exclamation. It's on my list. It's one of those that I desperately need to do. Now that I have access to Netflix stuff. They go to bed before me? What dodgy movies are you gonna watch? You've never played League of Legends? See, I've done the opposite. I played League of Legends, but I haven't watched Arcane. I'm gonna have to answer for my crimes at the pearly gates of playing League of Legends. You're watching Landman? I've heard that's really good. And it seems to be getting Billy Bob Thornton jobs. I keep seeing him in, like, T-Mobile ads. Now, granted, T-Mobile just has everybody in their ads, so maybe it means nothing. Arcane is worth a watch. Both seasons? Yes, Virgin Media. I used to love doing that, Bex. I kind of miss it. Like when I used to have just like regular cable or like being in hotel rooms, just turning on the TV and watching whatever was on. Because I find like what happens to me is we've talked about this before, but I get kind of like paralyzed by choice. I open up the TV and I'm like, well, I could watch this or I could watch this, and this is leaving soon, so I might watch this. I was thinking about watching maybe Sinister 2 because of James Ransom. Really increases your salt intake. It's a health hazard. I only played it for a little bit of time. I wouldn't really say that I played it repeatedly. I did many a thing like that, though. I used to play competitive Overwatch. Also not great for your mental and physical well-being. I am going to be streaming tomorrow night. I might be on at 5 again. I forgot that there's a meeting that I have to do at 4. So I said 4 o'clock, but it looks like it might be 5. So I need to update that. You were just watching ghost shows? Honestly, the thing is, right? What I find funny is I will end up watching more reality TV. I never really watch reality TV. Except when I'm like at a hotel room. I remember watching a shit ton of Project Runway one time. I have never watched it before or since. I watched a little bit of The Expanse. I really like the books, so I'm going through the books instead right now. My god, IFC, yes! I completely forgot about IFC. I think it's still around. I think it's part of, like, Shudder's bundle. Didn't seem as scary as Sinister. I didn't find Sinister super scary. I found it to be kind of slow, so that pans out. I ended up watching Judge Judy, not The Police Chase. Closest ancestors are chimps and gorillas. Chimps live in troops of 60 and 70, and all of them are boning each other. Not Santa has the biggest sack. None, please. None. That was so... My brain was like processing it. It was like the buffering symbol in front of my face. I was like, what? No, that's so fair. I think of similar shit. Is it Cake? Is my comfort series. Also fun drinking game with others. Take a drink if you don't correctly guess which item is cake. I would be dead. I don't think I've ever successfully realized what is cake. Honestly, that like makes me feel like I'm going into psychosis. Because I'm just like, am I cake? What is cake? Could anything possibly be cake? Oh, that reminds me. Shitoken got me the carrot cake cheesecake that I love as my treat yesterday. So excited. Not Santa's elves are a harem. Do you really think that Santa's elves are like... I always wonder, are Santa's elves like full adults that are working a job? And if they are full adults, then like, are there elf bars? Like, are there like... They drink eggnog, but that's not alcohol. Wait, eggnog's alcohol? Oh. Cassie, thank you for the streak. I appreciate it. Are you stuffing leaves into a drain? Like, this place is gonna flood so bad. It's not my place. It's not my problem. No, IFC is part of the bundle. What did I wind up getting from McDonald's? My filet of fish. Extra tartar sauce. With a Coke. Because I'm cool like that. It was delish, by the way. Absolute 10 out of 10. Not don't worry, they get elf insurance, but does that mean there's like stripper elves? Is there a bar called the North Pole? And it's like a strip club? But it's more like Santa's brownies. That makes sense. And you got to test it? I've never had eggnog. Or coquito. You would think that I would have had these seasonal beverages, as I'm so obsessed with seasonal beverages, but never had them. Doesn't have to be. The originals, I believe, were based off bourbon. I mean, that makes sense. It does warm your spirit in a way. So that's fair. I mean, I do think that they're probably, like, indentured servants. I mean, no offense to Santa, but I don't feel like he gives good employer vibes. Like, I mean, I get that, like, for the most part, you only have to work like, it feels like he works one day a year, but, like, the elves are working consistently. I never think of McDonald's for some reason. That's because it's mostly terrible. But I do like Filet-O-Fishes, and, like, most of the time, nobody ever gets them, so they're always pretty fresh. Bex, why did you just shout penis? Babe, I love you, but I cannot focus on multiple things today. So, can you type it out? Like... I am having so much trouble processing multiple things. Like, Bex is yelling penis. Shitoken's talking to me. Like, I'm trying to pick up leaves, goddammit. We're gonna have to mandatory overtime this year. We have to deliver for the Cheryl. I mean, I feel like that's what Santa would be saying. Oh, you were finishing Shard's comment. Okay, I thought you were just shouting penis. And I was like, you know what? It's Christmas, so I'll let you do whatever you want, but... Was feasible for Santa to deliver all those gifts? Definitely the last year with the Christmas magic. You're like, I gotta talk about Santa's logistics and his KPIs. Like, we're out. We're out after this. Hi, Sammy. How are you? I hope you're doing well. But yeah, I think that the stress and the burnout is getting to me all. Because, like, Shitoken's been trying to just talk to me. But, like, unless I'm focused on him talking, it takes me a second to process what he's saying. Because what I hear is Simlish. I have to be, like, fully focused on what I'm doing. Tired? Me too, buddy.
Participate in this tomfoolery? I think not.
Which is why we're leafing. When does my time off start? Technically, end of tomorrow. I'm going to be spending Christmas Eve with my family. So that day is going to be kind of busy. But then hopefully it'll start settling in. Is it Simlish or is it Charlie Brown? Simlish. He was in the kitchen and he said something and I was like, fears taste good? Like, I thought that's what he said, but he wasn't consuming people's fear. He was talking about something else. Not those that don't believe, don't receive. Not you building Santa's cult. Not your children, instead of getting coal, they get nothing, and you're like, cast out the non-believer! I have tons of auditory processing issues when I'm stressed. It usually happens very rarely, but, like, when I get really super stressed, it gets bad. And I'm like, I can't be out here processing sounds That's too much. These benches are the bane of my existence. Lube earplugs? Ooh, are they don't bother like you at all? Because like I also I also occasionally just like get annoyed if there's things just like on my head or in my ears. My god, there's a singular leaf underneath this fucking bench. Got it. When Iron Mango or Ash is talking. That's why you keep just typing it out. You're not trying to reach me through another means. Because you know I'd be like, huh? What? Hubby is a bit of a loud sleeper. That's so fair. I need like perfect silence when I go to bed. Our new neighbors are really loud. And I'm like, why? Harley, happy Monday. You actually don't like things touching your skin? You truly are a cat. Sammy doesn't enjoy things touching his skin, and HR keeps talking to him about you have to put on pants when you come to work. You've got to put on pants. It's the only way. I don't care about your sensory issues. I sometimes relate, Sammy, like legitimately. Like, I have trouble with, if I'm like really overwhelmed, it feels like my skin's crawling, and I'm like, I cannot have things touching my skin. Because I'll think about them too much. For Kong Hai. You know there's like places you can be a nudist, by the way, Sammy, right? Like, you could let your freak flag fly if you wanted to. I hope the day treated you all well. It treated me. It definitely was there. I'm excited I have carrot cake cheesecake later. Wait, 2000s clear pants? I swear, I feel like there were so many fashion trends in the early 2000s that I missed out on by simply not giving a shit. I feel like we were really obsessed with denim, too. Oh, I feel like jewelry, there's specific jewelry that I can't wear, like bracelets. A worse situation to be naked. Like, that's when I'm naked and afraid. I don't want to be at a campground naked. Brett's about to become your optometrist. Wait, do you have dry eyes, Sammy? You were rocking Jinko jeans. I forgot about Jinko jeans. Naked and poison oaked and mosquito bitten. I feel like that's the thing. If I got naked around mosquitoes, they would take it as a sign. Makes it easier for notice. Take me to a social situation and I start hiccuping. Mine is openly weeping. Similar. Like, just as dry heap sobbing. We gotta get out of here. I can't do choker necklaces. Choker necklaces used to be a sensory issue for me, and then I just suddenly got used to them. Suddenly the 90s, like, child in me was awakened. I wasn't a great kid. It's okay. Now we're all part of your crime, but... None woke up this morning and was like, I think I'm just just gonna have Jess's entire chat aid and abet me, but
Yeah, baby.
I can't believe I'm finally dropping these
Rock,
bits.
thank you for the
Jess
10
is
bits.
unbelievably funny and I've been rooting for this channel ever since I stumbled in. I'm
Aw.
not here to leave anytime soon. Some
Thanks,
viewers
Truck.
might branch out, but I'm sticking around like sap.
I appreciate you. Statute of limitations, you guys are good. Nun's gonna be like, you guys are good. Now that murder I committed yesterday. That one. Hi, Sid. How are you? I think we've all occasionally, like, committed a small theft, you know? I say hoping that everyone agrees. Have we've all committed a small theft, right? For the infamous 40s thief. I feel like Manga would already have collected if that was the case. FBI open up. Not chatting snitches. Wait, just an astigmatism. That's what contacts solve, my guy. I still have the fun hole I stole from my first job. So real. I thought you'll say we all eventually committed a small murder. That would have been hilarious, though. I'm just like, we've all hit a guy with our car, right? Just chat engagement. You right? Everybody? We've all done that? No, I'm just like, particularly when you're younger, like, I feel like, I don't think it counts as a small theft if you did it from, like, a big box store, you know? That's just like, fuck the man. Yeah, shit happens. Hi, Chinchalama, how are you? I'm picking up some leaves, and then I'm gonna maybe play a little bit of a hog. I'm sorry, when we would play Edward 40 hands afterwards, you just had like 40s on your hands? Okay, I feel like I'm getting a lot of nun lore right now. You won't get me confessing nothing, Copper. That would be hilarious if I was just like, this wasn't a stream, I was a cop, and I just lured you in to like get you to tell me about these random crimes you committed as a child. Nun's like, you know, yeah, I used to steal 40s when I was a kid, and I'm like, we got him, lock him up, we did it. I just shut the whole stream down. No, Joe Biden never did that. So you have to drink both of them before you can do anything else. No, I wasn't cool. I think you all forget, because I've kind of like glowed up like a very small amount, that I didn't do it, and I don't do things. So no. Not at all. Stole some sweets at a grocery store when I was a kid because the other kids told me to do it. I was about to sound like a parent. Like, what else would you do, Bex? Because somebody, like, told you to do it. What other crimes have you committed? But that's so fair. I feel like I'm just gonna have to quickly call 911. Not she's a homeschooler, but also, yeah. Homeschooling was, like, rough. I mean, you know, my dad had to stuff me in a locker. He's like, I gotta steal your lunch money now. Would have been a little weird if I was taping 40s to my hands with my own father. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, like, strange. By removing the bottle when they finish, but you aren't supposed to remove a bottle till both are empty. Does everyone know about Edward 40 hands except for me? You can say yes. I'm legitimately asking. Probably. How does everyone know about Edward 40 hands except for me? I thought this was not a real thing. Does everyone know about Hatsune Miku Megamix Plus? To investigate? It would be so hilarious. I love how you just admitted, Bex, there are so many you can't think of them. There are so many other thefts. I cannot think about all of them. Bex is a master criminal. Bex is Ocean's 11ing. Okay, thank Christ, Gold. I might as well have been Mormon. I just know things. That's so real, Joba. But not the game. I knew about the blue-haired anime singer girl as well, but I didn't know they were a singer. So I guess I knew about the blue-haired anime girl, and that's about it. I know nothing about this Gold. I have no clue. Okay, Soil doesn't know about it. Okay, now I feel slightly better. I have zero faith in humanity. Merry Christmas! I'm so glad I did an extra Christmas stream, Smith. So glad I was on today. So you could lose your last remaining piece of faith. Okay, I maxed my Airstream width. Yeah, like, I know nothing about any kind of bullying games either, because even when I was around children, I was not a bully, I was the bullied. So, when I did briefly go to school, and in first grade, I was on the high school honor roll. I was the only first grader, the rest were high schoolers. So yeah, I got pretty religiously bullied for that. And I was like, I don't care. I kind of Benjamin Buttoned with my potential. I started off like really fucking coming in hot, and then it just slowly dropped off as I aged. BDO! Hi, how are you? That is the least likely to steal. It would have been you. Who's your second least likely to steal? What, a fishing pole that was sitting there for a while? Get rid of all their leaves, and they did it by fucking hand. I would be so invested. I'd be so invested. I would be leaf blowing this shit if it wasn't for the fact that it'll just, I don't know if it'll go correctly into the gutter. Fake soil. Maybe it is. Okay. I'm gonna try to see if this will work. So, like, what if I blow this here? Would it just, like... Oh, shit. I don't know if you can look up the cumulative amount of money you've been paid. I've picked up nearly 100k leaves. There's apparently a secret room. They never tried you again. That's amazing. Brooks is like, I'm about to actually go to their house and tell them that you're scamming them. She's talking to Chad. She's just picking them up by hand. Brooks is gonna start a secondary leaf business and try to become my competition. Start leaf blowing all of the stuff into your storm drains. That's why I can come back later. Then it's like, oh my god, there's so many leaves in here, Storm Drain. How did that happen? I'll help you out with that. I'll get that taken care of. Is there another Leaf game? This is the one I've heard of. But I know it's been pretty popular, so maybe there's a secondary Leaf game. Damn, you're rolling in at a whole 25? I could buy more depression books. You also run a gutter and storm drain cleaning service? No. I didn't know this. I want to start a gutter business, though, so that I can say, our minds are in your gutters. Guttural cleaning. I have a lot of names that I could do. Totally not why Jess is flowing them into the gutter. Totally not why. Belief in me, Rook's honors leaf removal. We use tools and you see the savings. Not we use tools. Nobody's faster at whipping these leaves up by hand than moi. So maybe check yourself. That fun is worth the cost of starting a whole ass business. I've had a lot of moments where I was like, honestly, this pun could be a good reason to start this whole business. And I want my nephew to see him. Oh my god. I hope that it's good. And I hope that your nephew feels better. Dalf, have fun. If I don't see you tomorrow, Merry Crimbo. See what the competition has to say. Not there is a butthole door-sized hole in my butthole art. Oh my god, can somebody do another quote as my testimonial? See what people are saying about guttural cleaning. And I'm going to share some videos in Discord that made me fall in love with Memory Heart. Also, I just almost cried in the grocery store when I found cheese and sour cream I can eat as much as I want of. Hell yeah! That's so exciting. Now we have to talk about the orgies! We had to clean up a lot of orgies at guttural cleaning. My garage is full of treasures. Not, why did I say waterfalls are just sweat for nature? Why did I say those words? Not the leaves are what's left from tree orgies, dog. Junai. Palialo. Like, it's so nice when you're like, you've got to stick to specific foods and you find stuff that works. So great. It's going good, Pally. I'm finishing up the game Smith gifted to me, and then we might crank our hog for a few minutes. Oh yeah, I never thought about the fact Groot has no leaves. Would you say it's too late to recommend a Christmas game? No. It's never too late until the moment that Christmas arrives. Hi, Bubsy. How are you? I hope it tastes okay, too. I feel like stuff that's made specifically with, like, dietary restrictions in mind is actually starting to not taste like dog shit. So it's kind of exciting. Like, a lot of vegetarian food is starting to be really good. We have the science now. I'm super picky, so I'm glad you're not. Because I'm hella fucking picky. Yeah, like cauliflower pizza is amazing. We had an absolutely bussin' cheese pizza. SSL's Christmas favorite. Is this the hog she played? I saw she didn't finish it. Or did she just do the demo? Oh, no, this is a wacky 8-bit retro style point-and-click Christmas adventure. She's been playing a lot of Christmas because Katie loves Christmas.
You called, sir?
I have a special task for you. I need you to infiltrate the elf community.
Jackpot.
Take that, you zombie scum!
Hey, this isn't too bad. May I please enter this classy establishment, kind sir?
I don't think so.
Greetings, my fellow elf.
Oh, hey there, how are ya? Welcome to the castle of St. Nicholas.
Do you think that elf in front of Santa's castle has a thing for me?
Ooh, candy? I'm not sure you're the type, pal. Welcome to the Elf on the Green. When it comes to golf, we've got everything you need. Yikes! You didn't even crack 20 yards.
Me playing
Besides, you
Yakuza.
actually have. What?
I kind of like it. I don't know. I'm not super big on retro point-and-click style. But I might look into this more. Thanks for the recommend, Bubsy. I appreciate you. Because it's short and sweet, which is super nice. But I'm not, like, big on the thing. You know what I was thinking about getting? But I didn't know if any of you would actually be interested. But I watched Katie play this. She was kind of obsessed with it for a little bit. And I was like, maybe this would be good. And Christmassy.
I thought you were gonna do that this year.
Well,
You're like a little creature, and you like, you do lights.
But I don't wanna.
And you like find the spirit of Christmas in your heart or some shit. This is why I'm the Grinch. I just said you find the spirit of Christmas in your heart or some shit. You get trapped on this, like,
The rats
trampoline
are
and you die.
absolutely going to hate this announcement. The rats don't run this city. We
But I
do.
was like, that could be fun.
Is that old trampoline still back?
I was like, that could be a good time. That could be a jolly old, like, time. A lot of streamers are playing it, yeah. Thanks, Bubsy. I appreciate the recommend. I'm always down for recommendations, particularly during holidays, because it's hard to find, like, themed stuff. Belated ice scatter. This could be an amazing disaster. I was like, maybe it'll help me find the spirit of Christmas, Chamomile Lady. I mean, to be fair, you are actively interested in the game where you find the spirit of Christmas in your heart or some shit. I mean, maybe. It looks magical. I was like, maybe I should get it. And we should find the spirit of Christmas. Maybe that's what I'll do tomorrow. Maybe I'll play that. Santa's Christmas Solitaire 2. I kind of want to crank my hog today. Because I feel like the spirit of Christmas is 100% cranking your hog. But I couldn't leave this leaf job unfinished. What was the Christmas game? Have you all played a Christmas game that you would enjoy at some point? What secret room? Technically, Yakuza is a Christmas game, so there's that. Oh, wait, I think there's this grate down here. Okay, hold on. Yeah, behind the vent. I forgot about this vent for half a second. Oh my god, Twine games were so good. When I was in college and people were doing Twine games the whole time, 10 out of 10. Tiny Bookshop. Oh my god, I gotta play Tiny Bookshop because they put new books in. Am I dead? What the fuck is going on? Is this like human cloning? What the hell is happening right now? Lanyard, Merry Christmas. Sammy, thank you for the Fergie. Oh my god, this is... If my mother's watching, she's gonna have a nightmare. She fucking really thinks that squirrels are, like, doing some shady-ass shit. It's gonna be like, they just kidnapped my daughter. That's what they're gonna be like. Okay, well, that was it. That was the game. I'm also Aiden Pierce. That's my profile picture! I just got put on blast! Like, listen, I really like Watch Dogs, okay? Yeah, it's the fucking Watch Dogs guy. Because Watch Dogs is one of the greatest games ever made. And I love Aiden Pierce, and I've been Aiden Pierce for about a decade. So yeah.